P'arshat Emor, Limu Shabir Fu'ah, Et Acholim, Chaya Pasha Batidit, Abraham ben Rivka, Mari Flores Anna Flores, Betoch Sha'archa Yisrael, Louis Nishmat, Yaakov Nisam ben Hesi, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. I want to talk about 3 questions which I think are essential to living. The first is, how do we achieve? Following that, how do we become tahor? How do we become pure? And third is, why should I care about Yetziat Mitzrayim? Because what does it have to do with me? We know that we learn in the Torah that our forefathers left from Egypt, but what does that have to do with me? I know on a certain night I didn't leave Egypt. Okay, I said I left Egypt, so I lied. But we all know we didn't leave Egypt. So how does this have anything to do with me? So one time my friend came to me and he was broken. He was shattered. And he was crying. He was saying, I don't understand why every single time I try to be a good person, I fail. I try to learn and my girlfriend breaks up with me. I try to make peace between my siblings and they all just get angry. And I said to him something that was so simple, yet really seemed to change how he felt. I said, you are amazing because you are amazing and you are doing every single thing you're supposed to be doing. You are accomplishing. You are striving. And I myself got a little confused on my answer, and I want to try to unravel maybe what I meant, not intentionally. But how Parshat Emor kind of gives light to that idea. So Parshat Emor reads, Vayomer Hashem Moshe, Hashem says to Moshe, Emor el Kohanim, say to the Kohanim, Bnei Aaron, who are the children of Aaron, V'amarta Eleihem, and you shall say to them, L'nefesh lo yitma b'amav, that their soul should not become tameh because of the people. So, in that pasuk, something that is very troubling is that it says, Emor el Kohanim b'nei Aaron v'amarta eleihem, and you shall say them, because that's not a correct. If I wrote that on my English test, my teacher would give me an F. Like, say to the Kohanim, and you shall say to them. So I want to try to explain how Hashem's lack of what we would call grammar is actually beauty. And Pirkei Avot explains that the world was created in 10 utterances. We know in Bereshit, there were Bereshit bara Elokim et Hashem et haaretz. So we know that the world was created, Hashem said something, and that happened. But who cares? As in, that's nice. It's nice that Hashem said something, the world created it, but I don't understand what the difference is. The difference between that is and the world being created because Hashem just felt like it and like he didn't need to say anything. What's the significance of Hashem saying 10 utterances? So, Tehillah Yud Bet says, Omrat Hashem, Omrat Tehorah. Omrat Hashem, Omrat Tehorah. Hashem's words, Hashem speaks, and the words are holy. Okay, so we all know that Hashem's words purify us because we do a mitzvah And so we receive a reward, or we become kadosh, whatever that means. We become kadosh. We all know that, but it never affects us. But if that is the case, that Hashem commands us something, we do it, and so then we become holy, what I said to my friend was a complete lie. And he should have looked at me and said, Yosef, you're a liar. But he didn't. So why did that affect him? My answer was not brilliant. But why did it affect him? And why was it? And how is it not a lie? So Spirit Omer explains, as the Sfat Emet says, Cherut, freedom. Lihiyot haratzon tamid livater v'yikla'alel l'Hashem yitbarach. To be free means to desire to be close to Hashem. Whether or not we succeed in being close to Hashem, that's not for our concern. As in, my friend's relationship to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not my concern. That's his. How do I help him? I tell him that it's not the goal that he should be striving for. What matters is he striving for it? And so when I said to him, you are amazing, I was really saying, you're desiring to be close to Hashem, so you don't always feel that you are succeeding, but you are succeeding. My Rebbe always says that it's not about being Rav Kook, it's about wanting to be Rav Kook. Being in high school, everyone is focusing so much on what their grades are. Whether it's ACTs or any other test, it doesn't even matter. They're so, and it's not their fault, but they're so worried about them. And they allow themselves to believe that when they spend 15 hours for the last 2 nights before that test studying, that when they get a bad grade, whatever that is in their own eyes, when they get a bad grade, that means they failed. They spent 17 hours doing nothing. And the Sfat Emet says, no. Because what matters about a test is not the grade that you receive, but is the effort you put into it. Sfira Omer is a time that one is meant to work on themselves. But that is not, whether or not they end up becoming a better person is not a measurable thing. And if you try to measure it, you can't. There's no measuring tape that can measure that. And so Yetziat Mitzrayim is a story that is literally something that I know didn't happen to me, because it's not supposed to be about what they had. It's supposed to be about my experience. So going back to the Parsha, why did Hashem say to Moshe, you shall say, Emor el Kohanim b'nei Aaron va'amarta eleihem. Why did he say, you shall say to the children of Aaron, and you shall say to them? Because Hashem is emphasizing that to be genuine when speaking to someone, it's not about whether or not your conversation leads them to success. But the point of your conversation at all times needs to be an expression of love. You can't control whether or not the other person is going to listen to a word you're going to say, whether they're going to decide to do the exact opposite, or because you're a loser and they say, haha, I don't care. That's not success. Success is whether you care about them. Success, as the Sfat Emet defines it, is, are you expressing generosity? So often, people are struggling with how to tell others not to do something these isn't Avera. For example, someone's speaking during shul, it's so easy to believe that if someone were to say to them, they could respond to you, why do you care so much? Because your own davening? No. That might be the message being sent. But that maybe is because we're not allowing ourselves to speak the language of Emor el hakohanim b'nei Aaron v'amarta elehem, where you're speaking to them for the sake of them and not for the sake of yourself. And that's the message we need to say. That's the message we need to send when we speak to someone. When we speak to them, we need to express, I love you. And because I love you, don't speak Lashon Hara. Don't do that to yourself. The other people that are going to be affected by the Lashon Hara, they're important too. But we could rationalize that they may never find out. It may never affect them. But it affects you. You're hurting yourself. And if our Lashon is that of an expression about the conversation is about the other person. Hashem was telling Moshe, tell the Kohanim, the children of Aaron, and they should not become impure by touching a dead body for their own sake. Don't say it's because you. Don't say it's because you want to be a leader. Say it to them because you care about them. And more HaKohanim, listen to my commands, and then go say it to them. Don't have the two be related. Do it so you can express how much you truly care about them. So my bracha, going into Parshat Emor, is that we can believe with a full heart that we are amazing, for the fact that we are Jewish people, and Hashem did not measure whether or not we succeeded in Yetziat Mitzrayim. He loved us because we wanted to leave Mitzrayim and receive the Torah. And it's not about how much Torah we understand or we know, but it's how much are we trying to learn? How much do we want to learn? And as well as when we try to speak, to have the kavanah that Hashem was giving Moshe, that we really care about the person, because that's what we truly want. We truly want to express complete ahavah to the other person. It's not about the details. We just want to tell everyone that we love them. Good Shabbos.